Kdaj začnemo? Kdaj so reklame? Po reklamah. After the commercials we go in. Oh, there's a bee inside.
Yes.
She thinks the couch is flower.
Yes. She's searching, trying to find something.
Okay. Hello everybody. I am Sunny Sun, the one DJ. We are here in Ljubljana on King of Concrete 2018 in lovely bar Žmauc on a lovely weather all together. So today we meet so we can talk a little bit about hip hop, and we have a few guests. Each of them represent one element of hip hop. So I'm gonna give you one by one, just tell who you are and what do you do. We can start with you.
So hello guys. It's not so many people, but still, like it's good to have the event is taking place in this city. And my name is Oleg, but my nickname, my scene name is Kuzya, and I dance 12 years, and this is my passion. And I think I'm really kind of into the culture last 6 years, and I think that if I practice 12 years, I can tell that I dance only 6 years, like into deep to the subject. And I mean, and this is a point that you can do a lot of stuff in your life, but if you really deep into something, if you spend, someone tells that if you spend 10,000 hours for some deal, you're gonna be good on it. So I think I spend this time on it, and I mean, I'm traveling a lot, and I'm feeling that last years I gave a lot of energy, money, and my lifetime to the culture, and it's getting back to me. So I feel then answering from the culture that people appreciate what I'm doing, people support me, and people invite me to some jams and events. And it's not only about that someone wins something and have success, and that's why this person is popular, but I think it's mostly about what you bring into the culture. And yeah, that's my short kind of introducing. Yeah, that it is.
Hi guys, my name is Kaya. My stage name is Frau Blanka. I'm basically an MC for not so long, basically 3 years. Before I did dance, I mean, I'm still doing dance, contemporary dance. But I am basically in this culture since really young, and always wanted to MC, and kind of just hit me when I got older that, yeah, I really should do this.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. So, I don't know what else to say, man. That's it.
Nice. Splinta.
Yo. Yeah, hi to everyone. My name is Aleš, aka Splinta. That's my DJ name and graffiti name from back in the days. I came into contact with hip-hop culture like in '93. In the summer of '93, it was the first time I have gone out at night and do some graffiti. And since then, I was in the hip-hop culture like a graffiti artist, and after '98, I started also DJing. Yeah, that's it.
Nice. Okay. Now we can I'm gonna ask you, how did you knew about King of Concrete and Ljubljana, and how did you connect with other countries, like, you know, and especially with this festival?
How do I connect? You mean with?
Did they just invite you to the festival, or did you meet in some battles and just know each other?
I've been in Germany a few months ago or 1 month ago, I don't remember for sure, but and I met Vision, and he just tells that there is a great jam we're doing, and he tells just few words, and I didn't know much about it, but then we meet few times more in different jams, and he just tells that, yo man, do you want to come? Slovenia is great. And I was like, for sure, yeah. It's like we planned it somehow, and yesterday we've been at the mountains near the lake and waterfall, and it was crazy. I mean, I was like, oh shit, this is Slovenia. And I think this is a point of any jam to like spread the energy and to share the vibe of the country, city and crew and the family, because each city is different. Each city have own energy and own kind of perspectives, let it be like this. But I mean, if someone do the jam, it's really important to share the energy and to maybe sometimes even change the minds if it's possible, but there is a keys to do it. So I didn't know much about this jam before, but I already love it. I still didn't saw the ciphers and the vibe at the event, but I love Slovenia for now moment. So that's the point.
So what did convince you to come here? Because you saw vision he Bboy so good, and you said, if he's saying there is good, I'm going there. Did you recognize the skills? Because you didn't know if it's dope or not.
I mean,
what did convince you? You know,
like guys invite me to come here, but I didn't think much. I was like, okay, let it be. What was the date and so on. So, like, I mean, it's I'm open for the any kind of any invitation and so on. But David just tell me, man, like not asking like, oh, we want you here, but just you gonna be there or something like this. And I was like, oh shit, okay. So I was like, straight, I gonna be. Okay. So like, yeah.
What about you, Splinter? You came, the company who is like organizing the King of Concrete 2018, it's calling GOR, company GOR. It's not company, it's, how do you say, društvo? Association. Yeah, okay. Organization.
And GOR it's up. Yeah.
Yeah, GOR means up. So we just started, the scene in Ljubljana was really splitted, like, and elements were not together, like Graffiti was on their own, B-boys were on their own, MCs, and we just came to idea like, why don't we put this together, all the elements, and like learn from each other and share and get them much more from community, right? Yeah. So that's how we make this organization, GOR, and they already been doing King of Concrete B-boy battles, you know. This is 10th already, yeah. I wasn't there from the start, you know, but now we are all in this organization and just trying to push all the elements together for the culture, you know. And I think something in between, we met him also, who I think he was not DJing at that time, because he had other stories and life comes also, you know. But I think that time you also saw us and you were like, okay, maybe I'm going back to this DJing thing, because I see there's something happening, like really cultural, you know. What do you think?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Partly, yeah. Definitely, you are right about GOR, and this time period, it was special for me. I kind of gave up on hip hop culture in that moment. Like, you know, you're doing this for 20 years. Not for money or stuff like this, but in the end, if you are not satisfied with yourself and with your work anymore, and you have no feedback from other people, because they're in my city, I'm from Maribor, which is the second largest city like in Slovenia, so it's smaller than Ljubljana. So the scene was like also smaller, or it was any scene anyway. I was doing like radio shows, graffiti.
You were really active, but there was no feedback. Like,
yeah, and then I almost gave up, and I don't know. I think Blush called me or Woody. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. A few years ago, and they made like 1 week of hip hop gathering in Krško. This is another city in Slovenia for kids and youngsters from all over Europe. And this was for me the first time I saw a hip hop family, like you know, people making stuff together, working together. Yeah, and in this minute I saw, oh shit, hip hop still alive in Slovenia. I was only on the, I wasn't on the right spot at the right time. That was all. Nice. So, yeah, thanks to Gore. Yeah. Big up.
Okay, we can move on, I think. Next thing I wanna talk, like I had few points I wanna talk about, and that's it's industry versus independent, or somebody is calling it commercial versus underground. So it's interesting, like how the industry is packing the hip hop and selling it in a different way, you know. And there's this independent scene that's like totally different than industry commercial scene. That's also getting power nowadays because of the internet and this stuff, you know. Because I think back in the days it was all about TV and radios, right? Because that was the only multimedia people can saw you. The next one was a train, when you put your name on it, and train goes through Germany, and it's like Sunny Sun, you know. That was the only way you can communicate with people, you know. So we were really, me as a MC, and especially as a MC when I was rapping a lot, I was like looking these two ways of the world, you know, like which one to choose. If I'm gonna do the industry stuff, you know, or the underground independent, you know. But now with internet, I think you can be really independent and do a lot of self-branding, you know. But again, not too much. If it's too much self-branding, then you're not doing rapping anymore. Then you are like promoter, you know. And you can become promoter overnight and forgot you're a rapper, yeah. You know. So then you realize you need more people that will work with your team to promote your name, right? What do you think, Kaya, about that? You're also an MC, and you're pretty underground. You still didn't release like any
No, I didn't release
albums,
anything.
so you are still in this fight, right?
I am, definitely, definitely.
What do you think?
I don't know. I think it also, I don't know. It's about your integrity as well. Like what you're ready to sell, I guess. What kind of image you want to put out, right? Especially as a female, I'm guessing. So yeah, I think internet is kind of really perfect thing, and also underground. I mean, real hip hop, like we were talking before. Like there's events, you know, you can go to every event. There's open mics, or at least there were. Maybe a few years ago, there were more open mics. So that's how I started, you know, just going to every open mic and really just being there and letting people see me, you know. And yeah, just trying to be more like there at the live events that actually present on the internet. I guess that's underground, I think.
Yes.
Now,
yes,
because internet is already something commercial, you know.
Yeah.
So,
like I said, independent is also really big right now. Like independent labels from '90s, some of them are major now. It's like, you know. But it's so dope because most of them still have their own sound. So they are still true. You know, it's not like if you're commercial, you cannot be true anymore. What does commercial means? It just means that more people knows you. Yeah. If I'm right, I don't know. You know.
I don't know. Does that mean really that more people know you, or does that mean that you're able, like, you want to satisfy people, you know, like you're willing to maybe go somewhere else where the major, like the, you know, commercial people want that. Yeah, like,
you have many types of art. That's true, you know. But in the end, I always want to satisfy like people, you know, but also myself, you know. But some people don't look at themselves; they just want to satisfy people, you know. Me as a DJ, also, I want to I want me to be happy,
you
and
wanna make
also
a party, right?
all the people in the club to be the,
Yeah,
you know, into this. Yeah.
I mean, nowadays I think it's with this time of internet, with this kind of global stuff. 1 second you can spread what you're doing. Yes, so from one side is sounds like commercial stuff that you want to show the people what you're doing, but for other side is like if you want to inspire people, but what you're doing, you could be underground, but you can do it like, I mean, you can film a video in your style, you can do some things and use the key, because it depends on you how you use the shit, I mean how you use the internet. Because in my example, I even like 3 years ago, guys told me, why don't you have Instagram or something? I was like, I don't need it. Facebook, oh, I don't, like, okay, I have it just to communicate or something. And they're like, you stupid man, you should do it. And I, no. And then I did it.
You
and
should.
It's like, you share the stuff what you're doing, and it's help you somehow a little bit, yeah? But I met a crazy like situation in my life when people name me as an underground, and I feel now that I'm underground, but now people gave me the other image, like they see me differently because they saw many videos on internet and so on. So but the deal is what I lived in Ukraine and moved to Poland. I lived there and was quite interesting life going on, and then I had a luck with that Unbreakable event in Belgium. I think someone know about it or not, and that moment I was like, fuck, I win a good event, and it was like a crazy dope experience. And I mean, I was like, maybe it was just lucky day or something. When I come back home, I was like, oh shit, it was big punch of contact from Bboy world to me, and I was like, whoa, people writing to me congrats and so on.
You went step forward,
like, yeah, I was like, oh shit, what's this? Higher. And the same moment, like that moment I work as a gardener, cutting the grass, leaves, apples and so on, and some guy called me from Ukraine. I lived in Poland for 3 years for that moment, because I ran out from Ukraine of that whole situation about army stuff, war and so on. So I can't come back to Ukraine is the point. But the guy called me and tell, bro, we just make a post in internet about your winning. The same day the girl from Ukraine, her name is Jamala, she won the Eurovision contest, and it was like shiny good days for Ukraine because everyone celebrated. And then they make a post that not only Jamala makes Ukrainians be dope today, because Kuzya win Unbreakable Bboy championship, and they name it as a world champion. It was not right, I mean, but they name it like this. And he called me and tells that in 3 days 40,000 people read about it, and I was like, shit, and I cut in the grass, you know, and I was like, what the fuck, okay, and and I asked, what else, what do you want to tell me? And then at the end of the week, I'm gonna make a superstar from you, and I was like, man, you kidding or what? And after this, believe it or not, President of Ukraine make a post in Facebook with my photo, congratulations. And I was like, I'm watching this and whoa. And my wife, father, he just called me and can I congrats the champ of the world? And what are you talking about? And he's like, I just saw you on TV. My mom walk on the street and people come to her and hug and tell like, thank you that you like for your son or something. I was like, 3 days for me was like, I thought that I'm gonna be crazy because Bboy world attention, the Ukraine stuff, I was like crazy. I turned on Google and it was tones like, I don't know, 30, 40 different pages with like Kuznetsov, Oleg Kuznetsov champion. I was like, what the fuck, like, you know? And you underdog with this punch of, I don't know what was that. And I'm working as a gardener. And I was like 3 days, I'm sleeping with this idea. I woke up, fuck that. I was like, come back to the work, and I was like, what should I do? I'm getting crazy because 3 days you think about it so much because it was one moment. And I'm just take off my shoes, put the legs to the lake, and it was cold water. I was like, okay, relax, meditate, whatever, but what I should do? And I answer myself that what I did, nothing. I did just myself. I did what I do in last 10 years. I dance and so on, and it was just lucky moment. So what should I do? I should stay myself. So it depends on you how you gonna like react for what's going on. If you are like underground, let it be, we name it like this, and some what do we call it? It's like some attention comes to you, some hype come to you. You can use it somehow, but the same moment you have to stay yourself, and this is underground. This is underdog. Nothing change you. Winning and losing, you still the same. The bad moment, the lucky moment, you still the same. I asked, someone asked, why? You stupid. Because I had many propositions for movies, for TV shows, newspapers, and I was like, sorry, it's not for me. But some guy tell me, why shouldn't you do it, and so on. And I was asking him, if you get $1 million now, what could you do? What now? Just what could you do? And he's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I will tell him, you're gonna blow your mind, man. Yeah. It's like, it's too crazy to get some attention in 1 second. So, the idea, I think, of this is like, to be yourself, whatever you're doing, like, and this is underground. I mean, that's
the next thing, oh, sorry. Yeah, the next thing is, I want to talk is how to realize the product, self-branding. Yeah, we already a little bit talked about that. Like you said, you work hard and you won a battle, and this is how you got known, and you didn't get let the world fuck you up, but you still be yourself, and you know you're always safe at your zone, right? Yeah. What I'm want to do is like with emceeing, and I don't know how it is with graffiti, and all these elements has little bit different way of approach, how to realize some products or to be known as something, you know, to let the people know. Like graffiti makes prints or like prints, and they sell prints. I love prints, like of graffitis, to put them on a wall. This is my friend from there. This is my friend. You know, it feels like you are. You have a museum at home, you know. So yeah, and the self-branding and this stuff. How do you think about graffiti and realizing the products you're making? You know.
I mean, for graffiti, it's really simple.
Yeah.
You take a can, you go out there, and you brand the city with your name. Yeah. And if you've done it hard enough and enough times, the brand is.
But like, you know, if you want to live from what you are working, you know, like most of graffiti I know, they got probation of illegal graffitis. The police caught him, so he ended up on probation, you know, and a lot of money to pay and this. And all of these graffiti artists, they became graphic designers. And they are suddenly the best graphic designers of them all, who finished all the schools. They didn't finish schools, they're graffiti artists all their life. And then they go to Photoshop and Corel and do the same thing there. And this is one thing, and some of them make their galleries and just work like that, you know. And some of them, they still spray on probation.
But this is the point our Bboy was talking about a few minutes ago. If you stay yourself no matter what.
Yeah.
So,
but graffiti is a little bit different. Not gonna arrest him, man, if he's gonna be boy on a square.
We get one story. We've been at the airport in Barcelona, and we just make a shot. And the guy policeman come to us and, what are you doing? Come with us. And we're like 20 minutes in airport. We go with policeman and like, what the fuck? And he's like, you can dance. You can. And 20 minutes he tell us.
No, in Barcelona.
Yeah, and then he wrote our names and you free. And we're like, why you did it? And he's like, next time you do it, we're gonna take you. So it's like, it depends. I mean, it's
crazy, yeah.
It could be different. I mean, in US they also do the like.
People don't let you dance. Yeah, they are afraid of the hype. I think. You know, the energy.
Try to go to the parliament and dance, man.
But about self-branding, I think it's also one of the skills you have. I mean, if you have a skill of dance, okay, it's good. But if only your mom know about it, that you're good in dance, very good.
I mean, if it's enough for you, it's enough. But you know,
I mean, but my kinda, I don't know, maybe it's a goal, but I'm trying to inspire people. But if you wanna do it good way, you have to improve your skills. Like, I mean, even filming, or I don't know, doing the videos, or some, I don't know, different stuff. Like, I mean, it's just even learn language. If you don't know English, you can't speak to the
Most of the
people.
people,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's why it's a skill to improve, and it's gonna help you to be more good in what you're doing. I mean, not only
and meet the same people like you
Yes,
all
yes.
around
Yeah,
globe.
yes,
Yeah,
that's-
and then you
that's the
become
point.
even stronger, like
Yeah.
in what you do, right?
for sure. It's
Yeah.
like as I tell before that like Instagram and Facebook for me was like, oh, it's too much. But then I did it. I mean, I goes in online and I just start to post some photos. It's like it just like, I don't know, a few minutes, but someone see what you're doing and so on. Some of my friends, I lived in a small city, and they text me like, man, how? I'm like, I have already 2 kids, 2 jobs and so on, and I can't do this. How you do it? Like, and I'm breakdance, and I remember the moment when everyone tell me like, man, it's breakdance dance, it's not for men, it's men. Stop, come on, you know. And now, I mean, I'm not doing it because to show that, oh, you see, I'm traveling a lot, not. But I mean, it's my way to do it, for example. And if people see this, maybe someone inspired, maybe someone jealous, but it's those point. So I do my stuff, and
Of
it's
course. Drama.
self-branding.
Okay, next thing I want to talk, there's a lot of, it's 2018, so hip hop has changing over the years. We know it started like 70s in New York, and how it started with beat juggling and funk and disco, and it came to the first samplers when they make MPCs and make it more boom bapper, right? And then the first PCs and computers came, and technology went even more up, and then around 2000, suddenly hip hop has gone to this bitches, drugs, and money thing. Like I think it was in 80s. I think it was also the same stuff, like, you know. But it was different. I think it has more soul into it, you know. But still, I was crazy about R. Kelly and Nelly. I was like 15, 16 years old with Carl Connie dress, you know, looking for girls, you know. But yeah, it was that era, and then we went, and then it was some dead hip hop era, I think, from 2003 to 2000 something. Yeah, it was like this club thing is going on, but there's no like real culture. There's no